Three, two. What is going on, world basketball fans? This is your boy Reggie, aka Mr. 100 Yards and Running. Welcome to another edition of Full Court Press. Now, today, I'm going to teach the gospel to y'all. I'm going to preach the basketball gospel to y'all today. Friday night, we had the Celtics and the Philadelphia 76ers. Now we're all seeing what's going on in Detroit. And I'm going to start with that game first. Because the Detroit Pistons had a 60-win season this year and went number one in the Eastern Conference. Now everybody knows that Cade Cunningham is a stud. We all know that. But my problem with Detroit is two things. Number one, you don't have no shooters surrounding Cade Cunningham. It's just Cade, and y'all got a bunch of defenders on your team guarding the paint and guarding the post. And they're guarding the three-point line. That's why Detroit has the record that they have. I'm just being real. I'm preaching the gospel today. Now, Jared Duran get most of his points by what? Pick and roll and in the paint. Today's NBA, look at Karl Anthony Towns, which I'm going to get on in a second when I talk about the Knicks Hawks tonight, game 5. Look at Karl Anthony Towns. Look at Nikola Jokic. Look at the skill set of these big men. They are the two best big men that we have in the league, skilled, that can get you a triple-double on any given day. Now let's get back on the Celtics and 76ers. With Celtics being up in this series, I picked the Celtics in this series because the 76ers had trouble in the play-in, fighting to get in the play-in. You do not want to play a Boston Celtics team with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Now I'm saying this right now. Detroit would not be the number one seed if Tatum did not get injured. It would be Boston. Let's be real. The reason why Detroit went number one is because they got defenders around Cade Cunningham, but no shooters. Amen Thompson is not a shooter. Tobias Harris is not a shooter. Cade Cunningham need help. If I'm Detroit and I'm looking at the Phoenix Suns, and I'm going to talk about Phoenix during the show, I'm looking at Devin Booker. Here's why. You got a superstar point guard in Cade Cunningham. You need a number two. You need another scorer on that team. Why not go out and get Devin Booker? Go get Devin Booker. Friday night, Celtics, 76ers. Celtics take this one by 8. Led by Tatum's 25.7 assist game. Not Detroit. I'm going to talk about them in a minute. Tyrese Maxey is another stud. And the same problem is with the Philadelphia 76ers. Joel Embiid is always out. He's not consistent. You can't fully get a full 82-game season from Embiid. Then you bring in Paul George. Then you bring in a Andre Drummond, a Tyrese Maxey. You got Kelly Oubre Jr. on your team. The 76ers, like I said, they drank their energy fighting their way to the playoffs. And to play a team like the Boston Celtics, Celtics take this one by 8, ladies and gentlemen, and that's Friday night. Also happening in Friday night, we got the King, LeBron James, and the LA Lakers going up against Shangoon and the Houston Rockets. Now I'm about to preach the gospel again. And I hate to do this because it's facts though. KD, Kevin Durant, a skilled basketball player, but he is not the same KD that we are used to seeing. OKC, I'm preaching the gospel. I'm speaking real. OKC, y'all had Kevin Durant, y'all had James Harden, y'all had Russell Westbrook, y'all had Serge Ibaka, y'all had Kendrick Perkins. That was a bust for KD. He left. You went to the team that beat you when you were up 3-1 in Golden State. You joined Steph Curry. You joined Draymond Green. You joined Klay Thompson. What happens? Now all of a sudden, Kevin Durant is a champion. Not one time, but twice. 2 championships with the Golden State Warriors. Why is that? You had Curry, you had Klay, you had Draymond. You leave, you get into a situation with the Golden State Warriors. You and Draymond Green somehow, some way, can't get along in the locker room. What happens? Kevin Durant leaves. Where does KD go? He goes to the Brooklyn Nets. You get Kyrie Irving. You get James Harden. You had Ben Simmons on that team. You had Blake Griffin on that team. You had LaMarcus Aldridge on that team. What happened? Like I said, KD, very skilled basketball player. What happened? You go to Brooklyn. You almost put up 50 against Giannis and the Bucks. What happened? Kyrie goes down. James Harden is not showing up. It's all on Kevin Durant. What happened in Brooklyn with KD? Bust. Where does KD go next? He goes to the Phoenix Suns. Who's on that team? Shout out to Solid Thought and my future viewers sometime and chime in if you want to. But who was on that team? You got KD, you got Devin Booker, you got Bradley Beal. What happened on that team? Phoenix didn't even make the playoffs that year. What happened? Another bust for Kevin Durant. Now everybody wants to know what's going on with KD. Where's KD going next? And here we are. We have the Houston Rockets. You got Kevin Durant. You got Şengün. You got Amen Thompson. What is going on in Houston? Houston has not been the same team since they let go key players. And this is what we're seeing from the Nuggets, which I'm about to get on in this one too. Now, this game, LA was up 2-1. This game went into overtime. LeBron James hitting the game tying 3 with seconds left in the clock. LeBron led the Lakers in overtime to a 112-108 win, and the Lakers are up 3-0. Will the Rockets season be saved? I'm going to talk about this later on in the show. But we still on. We got one more game on Friday. Spurs, Trailblazers. Portland, y'all went and got some key pieces this year and Drew Holiday. Bringing in Drew Holiday was smart. You got back Damian Lillard. You got Robert Williams over there. You still got Jeremy Grant over there. You got Wemby and the Spurs at home. Spurs is up 2-1 in this series. With a 120-108 win Friday night, led by Dylan Harper's 27-10 and Drew Holiday. Drew Holiday is a championship caliber point guard that you want on your team. On any team as a backup. And that's me speaking facts. I told y'all I'm going to preach the gospel today. Drew Holiday is a point guard you want on your team, backing up your top point guard. He did it with Boston. He did it with the Bucks. Now he's on the Portland Trail Blazers, who's fighting their way to try to stay in this series. I don't see Portland winning this series. I picked the Spurs in at least 6 with this one. And I'm moving on to Saturday. Because Saturday night, we had the Detroit Pistons and the Orlando Magic. Now back on Detroit. All the talent in the world in Cade Cunningham. Y'all let Pablo Banchero Cole Anthony, Wendell Carter Jr., and Vons Wagner doing to the Detroit Pistons what the Detroit Pistons should be doing to the Orlando Magic. And I'm sorry. And who would have saw this in Orlando? Who would have saw Orlando pulling something like this off? Be in Detroit at home by a score of 113 to 105 Saturday evening, led by Pablo Bancheros, 25, 12, and 9. Who leads the way for Detroit? Kay Cunningham shot terribly in this game. He shot 5 of 13 in the first half. This game was led by Amir Thompson's 17 points. 17 points ain't gonna cut it if you got the Orlando Magic putting a smackdown on y'all. And that's what we seeing with Orlando. Now they up 2-1, possibly looking to go 3-1. Now another team that was trying to make it 3-1. What I said last week, can we possibly see a sweep? We got SGA and the OKC Thunder taking on Devin Booker and the Suns. And like I said, when I looked at the series, I didn't think the Suns was going to win a game. I don't think they're going to win a game. OKC is too much for them. They got too much firepower at SGA. Jalen Williams goes down with an injury, but that's neither here nor there because you still got Hartenstein. You still got guys on the bench that can contribute and help SGA, and that's what we're seeing with Caruso coming off the bench, leading that secondary in points. Now, if I'm not mistaken, OKC leads the league in secondary points by a bench in the NBA this year. That's why they're the defending champions. Because this team is a scary team to play. You got Lou Dort balling out. Like I said, OKC is too much for the Suns to handle, whooping them in this game by a score of 121-109, led by SGA. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's 42.8 assists game. Now, Dylan Brooks in this game, 33 points, 7 rebounds. Now, to my viewers, I want to ask y'all a question. I'm preaching the gospel, and y'all can preach it with me. To my viewers, who won that trade between Phoenix and Houston? You give up 2 players for Kevin Durant now, and Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green for Kevin Durant. We haven't seen KD. We saw KD one time in the series against the Lakers, fighting for your playoff hopes to keep your hopes alive. So sad to see. So sad to see. OKC taking this game. They lead the series 3-0. Phoenix is on the brink of elimination. Now we could get, you see the jersey. I'm getting on them right now. Be patient with me, my New York fans. We got game 5 tonight. Knicks, Hawks. I'm preaching the gospel. Game 4. Finally, we saw something that we wanted to see all season long, Knicks fans. We saw Karl Anthony Towns actually play like he's worth something. This is the cat I want to see. Now, to my Knicks fans, I got a question for y'all. And I saw this today, and I wanted to run it by y'all today on today's show. I'm preaching the gospel today. In tonight's Game 5 game, who are you running the offense with? Are you going to run it through Brunson? And we saw what Cat did with his triple-double, 20, 10, and 10. Are you going to run the offense through Karl Anthony Towns or Jalen Brunson? I'm giving y'all my answer right now. From the way, like I said, from the way that he performed in game four. This is the version of Karl Anthony Towns that we want to see. Now, he was tweeting all day. He was tweeting all on Twitter that he's locked in. I want to see you locked in tonight, Cat. Never mind playing like a girl. You are 6'11". You are one of the most skilled big men still in the NBA next to Nikola Jokic. There ain't no way that you should have a problem with those two 1-point losses against the Hawks. You guys are playing the Hawks. There ain't no big man in Atlanta that can do half of the stuff that Karl Anthony Towns is doing right now. A triple double? Come on. You got to run it through Cat tonight. That's just me. That's just me being real. Like I told you, I'm preaching the gospel. I will run it through Cat tonight. I will let Brunson continue to be the captain of this team. Let Cat feed you, get open shots. Let Cat open up Mikal Bridges, and let Cat open up OG Anunoby. Did you see the passes inside the paint? Most of the game, Cat to OG, Cat to OG, Cat to OG. That's what we need tonight. Knicks winning game 4, 114-98, evening up the score, the series, 2 games apiece. Game 5 tonight, 8 o'clock, MSG on NBC. I'm locked in. I got Knicks winning tonight. Nuggets, Timberwolves. Now, unfortunately for the Nuggets, and we keep seeing this every season that they're in the playoffs, it's sad to see. It is sad to see. Shout out to my bro. Cat gotta play like prom Shaq. Yes, he does. And shout out to my brother Mel Walker, and he right. He is right. You're playing the Atlanta Hawks. Cat, ain't nobody on that team can guard you, bro. We know you can shoot the 3. We don't need that from you yet. If you feel that you can got it, like I said, you and Jokic play the same. Now look what's going on with your former team. The Minnesota Timberwolves, with the injury to Anthony Edwards, DiVincenzo is out for the season with a torn ACL. But in this game, when your number is called, you got to show up. And that's what Minnesota did in this game. Does Manu, the rookie, coming off the bench after Anthony Edwards goes down with that nasty leg, that knee injury, the Rook showed up, showed out in this game. He dropping 43 points on the Nuggets, taking a 112-96 victory over the Denver Nuggets. Jokic almost had a triple dub in this game, but Desmanu's 43 was too much for the Nuggets to handle. And now, Minnesota putting the Nuggets in a position that they did not want to be in, putting them in the brink of elimination. With the Timberwolves taking a 3-1 series lead over the Nuggets. Are we going to see a first Game 7 in this series? It could possibly be between these two teams. We're going to see. We're going to see. Sunday night, last night, Magic, Pistons. The Magic, like I said, is whooping the Pistons like they stole something. And it's sad to see that from these teams. But Sunday, we had the Cavaliers, we had the Raptors. Scotty Barnes and Brandon Ingram, along with R.J. Barrett, they are balling in Toronto. Where is Donovan Mitchell and James Harden? They're good in Cleveland when they took a 2-0 series lead. Now the series is shifted to Toronto. Where was James Harden and Donovan Mitchell in this game, in these two games? Game 3. And these are true facts. Donovan Mitchell shot 5 of 14 from the field in the first half. James Harden, 3 of 6 from 3, 19 points, 8 assists, but he was 11 of 32 from the field. That's not going to cut it in Toronto. Harden with 19 in this game, and D. Mitch Spider with 13. The first two games, y'all was balling out. Mitchell dropped 30. Harden dropped 20 and 10. Y'all in Toronto now. Y'all got Scotty Barnes dropping 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists. He was cooking in this game, y'all, and led the Raptors. And I told y'all that these 4 or 5 matchups in both the East and the West is going to be really, really interesting. The Raptors cooked them in the second half of this game. They wanted the game more, led by Scotty Barnes. 93-89 was the final score. Now the series is tied at 2 games apiece. Game 5 is tonight in Cleveland. Who got this series, y'all? Is Cleveland going to take game 5? Or is the Raptors going to surprise them and force Cleveland and try to force them into a game 7 back at home at the Q? Donovan Mitchell and James Harden has to show up tonight. Never mind Evan Mobley. Never mind Jared Allen. Never mind D. Wade. Y'all got too many Max Strus. Y'all got to step up tonight because the Raptors ain't playing with y'all. If they keep playing the way that they playing, and they took care of business at home tying this series, if they shock y'all and win and beat y'all in y'all hometown tonight, and if y'all go to game 7, I don't see y'all coming out the series if y'all let the Toronto Raptors push y'all to game 7. Victor Wembanyama went into concussion protocol. Next game, back to the Spurs and Trailblazers. Wemby comes back after that nasty fall in game 2. He was in concussion protocol. Spurs still took care of business in game 3. He comes back game 4 after clearing concussion protocol. Spurs beat them 114-93. Led by Victor Wembanyama's 27 points, 12 rebounds, and 4 steals. Wemby coming back. Spurs is up 3-1. This series is over Wednesday night. I don't see Portland coming back in this series. Wemby's back healthy. He's happy. He's playing the way Wemby was playing. They're lobbing up alley-oops. Wemby is throwing them down. It's too much to handle for the Trailblazers and the Spurs to handle. Spurs go up 3-1 in this best-of-7 series. Moving on to another team. Like I said, Joel Embiid comes back, but it wasn't enough for Boston. Boston cooked y'all in this one, and y'all had 2 games in Philly. Y'all won the first one, but this is game 4. Y'all got cooked. Joel Embiid tried to carry this team. He led them with 26 points, 10 rebounds, 6 assists, but Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown is too much for y'all to handle. Boston cruising to a 128-96 victory, taking a commanding 3-1 lead on the Philadelphia 76ers. JT led by 30 points, 7 rebounds, 11 assists. Boston is up 3-1. The next game is over. And it's back in Boston too? Yeah, it's over. I don't think y'all winning this series. I think it's over in 5. Right now, Boston is up 3-1. Game 5, Boston taking it. It's over. Boston is going to await the winner of the Knicks and the Hawks in the next round. Hopefully, we get to see the same repeat that we got last year. Don't wish your injuries on Tatum. I want Boston at their best so we can see that we can hang with those Celtics and bump them out of here again. Another team that was trying to save their season. And by God, they did because you had no choice. The Houston Rockets, game four. Your season is on the line. You down 3-0. Led by Eason's 20.8 rebound and 5 steals. You know who was the highest scorer in this game for the Lakers? It wasn't LeBron James. It wasn't Marcus Smart. It wasn't Luke Kennard. You know who was the lead scorer of this game? DeAndre Ayton. 19 points, 10 rebounds. Now, DeAndre Ayton is your lead scorer for 4 quarters against this Rockets team who's desperately trying to stay alive and prevent themselves from getting swept. You know this was a throwaway for the Lakers. LeBron James was doing too much in games 2 and 3, carrying the team to a commanding 3-0 lead. Houston saving their season, winning this game by a score of 115-96. Lakers lead is 3-1. Game 5 is tomorrow night in LA. Is this a must-win game for the Lakers? Or is it a must-win game for the Rockets? And I'm speaking the gospel. When the Rockets lose, because I do not see them beating the Lakers game 5 in LA. What is next for Kevin Durant? Do Houston keep him? Or are they going to ship him off somewhere else? Just like we see from Kevin Durant. Great basketball player. But if I'm any other NBA team, I would not want Kevin Durant on my team, and here's why. Number one, you got to think about chemistry. I know KD is a skilled player. It's going to go whoever wins the finals. I mean, I think, and I agree with you, bro, but I think the NBA Finals runs through OKC again. Because when the Lakers win game 5, you got SGA and the OKC Thunder who just got the brooms, y'all, and swept Phoenix up out of here. It's a wrap for Phoenix, y'all. I told y'all Phoenix wasn't going to win the game. SGA did it again, cooked them 131, 122. Phoenix wins the series 4-0, and is awaiting the winner of the Houston Rockets and the LA Lakers. Now, any basketball fan now, any team that's up 3-1 normally wins the series. It's over for Houston, y'all. And we're hearing news that Austin Reeves is optimistic that he might play in game 5. He's questionable for game 5. No status on Kevin Durant yet. Hopefully, KD could be cleared for game 5 as well, but it's very unlikely with the injury that Kevin Durant sustained. Now, as far as the Thunder winning this series against the Phoenix Suns, you got the defending chances just sitting there well rested, and you don't want a well rested OKC because you're giving their players a lot of time to rest. And if I'm the Lakers going into this series with OKC, it's going to have to take everybody. And when I mean everybody, Luka, you got to come back because you led the league in scoring. Austin Reeves, y'all need y'all big 3 back if y'all going to hang with OKC. Because without it, I don't see y'all beating OKC in the second round. That's just me, and I'm a LeBron fan, and it hurt me to say that, but I'm speaking the gospel. The Nuggets and the Timberwolves. The Nuggets had to save their season. Like I said, who are the two most skilled big men in the NBA right now? Nikola Jokic and Karl Anthony Towns. It's the truth. Jokic had to save this game for this team because you're down 3-1. And if you let Minnesota come in here and beat you again, it's not going to be good. But this game was led by Julius Randle from Minnesota. He tried to put up 27 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, but it was too much. Mr. Triple Double himself, Jokic, with another triple double, putting him behind LeBron James and ahead and Magic for the most triple doubles in the playoffs. You got Magic number one, LeBron number two, and Jokic joins this team number three, led by this triple double going into this game. The Nuggets had to win this game. 125-113 was the final score. The Nuggets surviving, and now Minnesota is up 3 games to 2. Are we possibly going to see a game 7 from Minnesota and Denver? The answer is yes. But who's going to take that game 7 is to be determined. Because these two teams are figuring each other out. Minnesota is trying to get over that hump and try to get it into a Western Conference final. But I don't see it happening without Anthony Edwards playing in this game. Nuggets survived this one. 3-2. Denver's up. Let's talk about tonight's games. We got 3-1 games and a 2 games tied game. The first game is the Celtics and the 76ers. That's in a few minutes, y'all, after I preach the gospel to y'all. The Celtics is up 3-1. Is it over? And they're playing at home. I think it's over for the 76ers tonight. I think Boston ends it. I think Boston wins the series 4 games to 1, moving on to the next round, awaiting the winner of the New York Knicks and the Atlanta Hawks. And we all know this one, y'all. Knicks in 6. Let's call it what it is. Knicks in 6. If Cat get it together tonight, like my brother Mel said, you gotta play like you prime Shaq, bro. You gotta believe and keep dishing OG the ball. What we need to see tonight, and I'm giving them their flowers. I'm talking about Jordan Clarkson and Deuce McBride. Deuce came in popping those threes. Jordan Clarkson, former 6-man of the year, picking up the slack from Mikal Bridges. Everybody's like, where's Mikal Bridges in this series? Mikal Bridges. We need you to be that defensive-minded Mikal Bridges that stopped and blocked those 2 shots in Boston last year. That's the Mikal Bridges we need tonight. Knicks Hawks, game 5. I got Knicks in this one. Like I said, if I'm the Knicks, I'm running my offense through Karl Anthony Towns. Brunson is going to be a captain. Brunson going to be Brunson. OG, continue to grind out, put up those points. Josh Hart, we need you to get those rebounds tonight, my guy. Everybody else, Deuce, you continue to put the points off the bench. Jordan Clarkson, y'all stepping up tonight. Mitchell Robinson, we need you to get those rebounds too. I got Knicks tonight. Knicks going up 3-2. Spurs Nuggets, the last game of the evening. I think it's over. It's in San Antonio. Spurs up 3 games to 1. I think it's a wrap for the Trailblazers tonight. I got Wemby and the Spurs in this one. I think Wemby gonna put up at least 30, maybe 40 tonight. Spurs Nation is gonna go crazy. Y'all at home as well as the Knickerbockers tonight. I think the home teams get the W's tonight. I got the Celtics and the Spurs advancing, and I got New York. Go New York, go New York, go. And it's in the Garden. We're going to see Spike Lee there. We're going to see Tracy Morgan there. We're going to see Fat Joe there. Come on, y'all. The Garden going to be on fire tonight. Knicks got to pull this one off. I got Knicks winning this game tonight. So there are my picks for tonight's games. I got the Celtics wrapping it up at home. I got the Knicks winning game 5 tonight. And I got the Spurs wrapping it up in San Antonio, moving on to the next round. There you have it, folks. I done preached the gospel to y'all. Sorry I had to do that, but Kevin Durant, you had to get it, my guy, because you're a talented player in the world, but it's like you're hopping from team to team, and it's like you're proving everybody's argument right. Like, you a good player to have on your team, but can we depend on you? I like you, KD, and I don't want to see you wind up like Anthony Davis, another talent, but just can't stay on the floor for 82 games. Folks, that is my show today. Tune in as I continue to preach the gospel to y'all next week. We got game 5 tomorrow. LA Rockets, Lakers going home, up 3-1. Can they wrap it up tomorrow, just like SGA and those Thunder did by sweeping the Phoenix Suns? So we got our first sweep of the season. When we going to see our first game 7 of these playoffs? I think we're going to see him. I think it's going to be very interesting. I want to thank my viewers and my future viewers for tuning in. Tune in as Talk Good Walk Back comes back to you guys this weekend. Also coming to you this weekend, Jump Over the Barricade with myself and my brother Beast. So tune into that. We got some good shows coming for you. Tune in next week, y'all. Your boy Reg. Peace and love. We out of here. Peace.